This was not a war of static battlefields. It moved fast, shifted constantly, and punished hesitation. Every road became a threat, every convoy a target. To survive, armies didn't just fight, they adapted. Steel was reshaped. Wheels were reinforced. Machines evolved in real time, driven by necessity rather than doctrine. What followed was not just a fleet of vehicles, but a rolling response to danger itself. This is war on wheels. M1A2 Abrams. This wasn't just a tank. It was dominance on tracks. Powered by a jet turbine and armed with a 120mm cannon, the Abrams punched straight into Baghdad during the Thunder Run. Where it arrived, resistance collapsed. M60A3, patent Cold War steel in a modern fight. Slower, older, still lethal. Marine crews proved that experience could keep old iron deadly. M88A2 Hercules. When an Abrams went down, this rolled in. Under fire, in mud, among wrecks, the Hercules recovered what no one else could. M1 Panther II, no turret, no cannon. One mission only, trigger mines before soldiers did. Victory through sacrifice of steel. M2A3. Bradley tanks breakthrough. Bradleys hold ground. With its 25mm cannon and Tau missiles, it destroyed more armor than anyone expected. M6 linebacker designed for air defense, used to dominate streets. When the skies stayed empty, it shredded threats on the ground. M113, Gavin, an aluminum box on tracks. Vulnerable, yet essential. Ambulance, command post, mortar carrier. It refused to retire. M577 command post. This is where battles were directed. Maps, radios, orders, the brain of the battlefield. M1064 mortar carrier. No line of sight required, just coordinates. Fire arrived within minutes when infantry needed it most. AAV-7A1. Amtrak built for oceans. Driven across deserts. Hot, cramped, hated. But it carried Marines deep into Iraq. Lay V-25 fast. Quiet. Deadly. The wolf of the desert, striking where tanks couldn't maneuver. Lav at-light vehicle. Heavy punch. Anti-tank missiles eliminated hardened targets from long range. Stryker infantry carrier vehicle rubber tires. Steel cage armor. Designed for urban warfare. Fast, silent, and tougher than expected. Stryker mobile gun system. A 100mm gun in narrow streets. Built to punch holes through walls where tanks couldn't fit. Stryker reconnaissance vehicle, seeing without being seen. Sensors, radar, thermals. Information became the weapon. Stryker mortar carrier artillery on wheels. Precision firepower brought directly into the city fight. Stryker command vehicle digital warfare. Live maps. Live decisions. Commanders saw the battlefield in real time. Stryker ATGM. No tank required to kill armor. Often used to stop vehicle-borne IEDs before they reached friendly lines. M93, Fox NBC recon vehicle. Searching for invisible threats. Chemical, biological, unknown. Always first in, never certain what it would find. M117 Guardian, built to take hits. Where Humvees failed, the Guardian survived convoy duty. Humvee M998, M1151, started unarmored, ended as a rolling fortress. Improvisation turned into factory-built protection. Gun trucks, unofficial, essential. Steel plates, sandbags, heavy guns, survival through creativity. Oshkosh, MATV, MRAP protection. Truck mobility, the balance everyone had been waiting for. Cougar, MRAP, the game changer. IEDs stopped killing crews. Vehicles could be replaced, soldiers could not. Max Pro top heavy, awkward. But survivability was legendary. RG-31 South African design philosophy. V-shaped hulls. Survival first. Cayman MRAP logistics with armor. Supply routes without suicide missions. Buffalo MPC, a robotic arm longer than a house. IEDs neutralized from a safe distance. Husky VMMD. One man, one vehicle, always first. Designed to break apart so the driver wouldn't. Talon, PackBot, MCBot, small machines. Huge impact. Robots went where humans couldn't. M1A2 bulldozer under fire. Winning ground with a blade. D9 armored dozer. Civilian power, military armor. Clearing roads through chaos. M60 AVLB, M104 Wolverine bridges in minutes. Momentum never stopped. HMEE dig, fill, move at highway speed. M109 Paladin stop, fire, move. Digital artillery at its deadliest. Avenger, C-RAM. The sky was empty. The threat came from above. Rockets and mortars. And was shot out of the air. M1A2 heavy equipment transporter. Without it, tanks never arrived. Wars move on logistics. HEMT, heavy expanded mobility tactical truck. The HEMT was the backbone no one talked about. 8 wheels, endless variants, and a single purpose: keep everything moving. Fuel, ammunition, water. If the HEMTT stopped, the war slowed with it. MTVR. The MTVR wasn't built to impress. It was built to endure. With massive suspension and relentless torque, it followed Marines where roads no longer existed. When lighter trucks failed, the MTVR kept moving, carrying fuel, ammo, and the quiet certainty that the mission wouldn't stop. PLS speed was survival. The PLS turned logistics into a single fluid motion. Drop, move, return. No forklifts, no delays. Every second saved meant fewer soldiers exposed, proving that efficiency could be just as lethal as firepower. These weren't just vehicles. They were answers to threats that changed faster than plans ever could. Every scarred hull, every reinforced axle, every improvised upgrade told a story of adaptation under pressure. This war wasn't defined by front lines, but by roads, alleys, supply routes, and unseen dangers buried beneath them. Speed became survival. Armor became mercy. Logistics became the thin line between momentum and collapse. From hastily welded steel plates built in the field to machines engineered specifically to absorb explosions meant to kill, these vehicles evolved alongside the conflict itself, not in laboratories, but in real time, under fire. They carried soldiers into uncertainty, through dust, heat, and ambush, and just as often, they carried them back. Some were designed to fight, others to build, recover, detect, or supply. But all of them shared the same purpose: to keep the war moving and the people inside them alive. This was not innovation for prestige. It was engineering driven by necessity. Adaptation measured in steel, torque, and survival rates. Long after the fighting moved on, these machines remained as witnesses to a conflict that reshaped modern warfare and proved that sometimes the most decisive battles are fought not by soldiers alone, but by the machines that carry them. This was war on wheels.